So I was at Toronto Film Festival and I saw a bunch of movies. I'm going to talk about more of the movies that I saw. One of them was the new Jeremy Saulnier film, Hold the Dark. Jeremy Saulnier is a director best known for his films Blue Ruin and Green Room. I know a lot of people really love those movies, and I think that they're alright. I personally find them a little overrated, but that's just me, I guess. His newest film, however, is one that I don't think will impress even his fans. Out of every film I saw at TIFF, this was the one that had the most unanimously negative chatter coming out of the theater. Every conversation within range seemed to voice some level of distaste and disappointment. After watching Hold the Dark, I appreciate Green Room more than I did before. Green Room was a film with a fairly simple story. You're introduced to characters that you get attached to and you hope they don't die by the end of the film. It's a pretty straightforward and workable formula, but this movie was such a convoluted mess. The story was somehow simultaneously uneventful and needlessly complicated. You watch through the whole thing expecting some kind of payoff or resolution, but instead you're just confused. And not even in any kind of artistically purposeful way. It's just like, wait, why did these characters do that thing that set this whole plot in motion? What the fuck was their motivation? Not the best thing to experience after watching a movie of mostly nothing. This 2-hour-long film is maybe 15% action, I guess, and the other 85% is this nonsensical plot that doesn't go anywhere. I guess we were supposed to be feeling some kind of suspense, but it's so poorly developed that it's very difficult to feel anything. Hold the Dark, more like hold the plot. The main character is just some guy with no personality or character, and he's pretty much the only one you possibly could attach onto, hoping that they don't die before the end of the film. Every other character who dies in this film is somebody that just shows up to die. Every death in the film is a character who you've just met, and somehow that's supposed to be impactful in any kind of way. There's no likable characters, there's no compelling story. It was competently shot, but nothing special. The music wasn't great. The only thing I really liked in this film was the practical effects. The violence and gore in this movie is super well done. Way above the average horror film or film in general for that category. But that aspect alone doesn't really take up that much of the film. The meat of the film is essentially just nothing. You can watch this entire 2-hour-long film and by the end of it only really remember about 15 minutes of it. Aside from the practical effects, the only really memorable parts of this film were when really stupid things happened. Plenty of those taking place within a shootout scene, where you'll be yelling in your own head over how stupid and incompetent everyone is. There was a really funny shot when someone was falling from a building. Everything goes slow-mo and it does a cheesy dramatic montage of character close-ups reacting to the person falling from the building, and then they threw in a random shot of a wolf reacting to it, like, "Bark, no!" It was really funny and I almost burst out laughing. And that was the highlight of the film. This movie was somehow disappointing to me despite me not even being a huge fan of Jeremy Saulnier to begin with. Check this one out if you want to torture yourself. Apparently it's on Netflix now, so just be prepared to skip through most of it, I guess. And I'm giving this one a 4 out of 10.